sitting in a chair basically like this, and I'm shooting my arrows. Now basically how this works is once we go into eliminations, we're shooting at a target that is 77 yards away. That's a long ways away. And what we do is we each shoot 3 arrows. And the scoring is done where the very middle is a 10, and then the next ring is a 9, and then 8, so forth like that. You get 20 seconds to shoot an arrow. You each shoot 3 arrows. Whoever has the highest score gets 2 points. First 1 to 6 wins. Now, if you tied, let's say I shoot a 30 and my opponent shoots a 30, you split the points and it's 1-1. Now, I drew the guy who I was shooting against in London for the gold medal match was from Finland, and I personally believe that he was cheating because he had arms, and that's just my opinion. But I remember shooting against him, and I remember we were shooting together, and at this point, I was losing, and the score was 4-2. And all he had to do was shoot 3 more good arrows, and he was going to win. And of course, I would like to win a gold medal, right? So I really pushed myself, and I remember sitting down, I remember aiming, and my very first arrow of that round was a 10. I thought, okay, that's great, that's awesome, that's what we're after. I'm sitting in the chair looking over at the guy from Finland going, please miss, please miss. That's bad sportsmanship, but every once in a while it is okay to wish that, right? He shot well, he shot a 10. I'm like, okay, that's fine, I can handle that. So then the next time I aimed, and I was aiming and aiming, and I shot, and it was a 10. I'm like, okay, so now I got 2 10s in a row, so the odds are basically in my favor to 2 10s in a row. That's 20 points, that's close to perfect. And up to this point, nobody was shooting perfect. Look over from the guy from Finland, and he shoots a 10. Like, we are still tied. I remember loading that last arrow and thinking to myself, what a great opportunity I have. 3 years ago, I never thought I would be in this position, shooting for a gold medal. I was at home trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, and now look at where I'm at. I'm shooting for a gold medal to represent the United States of America. I remember sitting down, grabbing an arrow, and I remember aiming. Now, one of the things that I told you about earlier was that you get 20 seconds to shoot an arrow. So I have a coach. What she does is she stands behind me, and her only job is to go, Matt, you got 5 seconds left. You have 4, you have 3, you have 2. And her job is to basically make sure I don't run out of time, because what happens is a lot of people, they get up to shoot, they're aiming, they feel like they have no more time, they rush the shot, make a bad shot. They look at the time and they're like, wow, I still got 15 seconds left on the clock. So my whole thought process going into this was, don't rush the time. I'm aiming at the center. It means everything. And then I thought, life is really not that bad. I'm going to shoot this, okay? Now, I'm one of these athletes who likes to share. I very strongly believe that if it wasn't for people who supported me to get me to where I'm at, yes, archery is an individual sport, but you still have to have people that support you, right? So I'm a firm believer of sharing. So after this is all over, if you'd like to come up, you may hold this, you may take pictures with it, you may put it on. There are a couple things I want to remind you of, though. If you guys decide to run, I did not go to London for athletics. I went for archery, and I do hold the world record for the longest accurate archery shot, okay, which is 230 yards. But for me, the quest is still going. I'm still working hard every day. My goal now is to go to Rio. I know that's, 3 years from now. There's a lot of things that are going to come up between now and then, a lot of little challenges that are going to come up between now and then. But if you can think back at how my story started, and I understand there's a lot of people in here from, going through different things. They're business people. Everybody's situation is different, but we also have something in common if we want to be successful. I had a good family, my parents. I had people like my coaches, my wife, my agents, and of course you can't forget my parents, who were all around me. And if you don't surround yourself with people who are strong or people who are going to be encouraging you to do your best, to be your best at all times, it's not going to work out that great for you. You need people around you all the time that are going to say, hey, Matt, I believe that you can go to Rio and win a gold medal. Despite the fact that I have no arms and I'm shooting in a place that everybody I'm shooting against has arms, I still believe that you can go do it. And it's the same way with you guys and whatever you guys have going on. It's the same way. Keep people around you that are going to be supportive of you. Keep people around you who are going to push you to be the best at no matter what it is. And if you do that, I promise you, you guys will be very successful. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome.